All right, 这是第10个单元 Unit 10, decisions. The only thing that's really interesting about this is this man is not wearing pants. 这些男生都没有在穿裤子，他其实在穿裙子。Yes, some cultures like Ireland, I think 英国、苏格兰有一些地方裙子的人就是男生会穿裙子的人。So there's certain cultures where men actually wear skirts, and so I thought that was pretty interesting. He's walking around. So this is in Ireland. They wear what they're called kilts. So kilts 就是好像是男性的裙子 right? So it's skirts that men wear are called kilts in Ireland at least. That's all I have to say about that. Okay, so let's move on to the listening section. Right here. Now there's a couple things that I need to point out. The one is refund. It just means 退还所有的钱 right? So money you get back when you return something you've bought. So 就是钱 you get back 就是拿回来 when you return something 就是你退还一个东西 you've bought 就是曾经买了 So basically what the refund is, let's say 你买了鞋子2000块的鞋子 right? You buy $2,000 shoes and then you're like, hey, I don't want them. 那就是后来你就决定我不要这双鞋子 A lot of times you get a refund. It's like if you don't, wear them too long, if they're not broken or if they have no problems, they can't be like dirty or anything. So 就是如果你没有污点没有脏脏的，就是好像是只穿一次什么的，好像你可以退还，就是所有钱都是拿回来 right? You can get all your money back with a refund if you take care of your stuff. Sometimes it's like 包装就是不能拆开什么的 right? You can't like some people there's rules you can't open it up and things like that. So that's a refund. Return policy is so refund is always about money, where return policy it's 有一些退还的规定 policy a lot of times people think it's 政策 but 政策就是一个商店没有政策，只有政府有政策 right? So a policy for government, but we also can use policy for like rules. So it's kind of like 规定, it's like rules or regulations for a store. So store rules about returning items that have been bought. So 有一些规则，每个商店每个公司有一些规定就是So for example like pants, if you can maybe you have to return them within 1 week. 就是你之前你买了裤子长裤，就是一个礼拜内可以退还，但是不能有污点的。There can't be like a stain or something if it's jeans. With underwear 内裤什么的 anything like that. 内衣什么的 whatever it has to do with like underwear, it's like 就是拆开了就不能退还 right? So things like underwear you can't return, and so there's different rules for the policy. Sometimes it's 一定需要发票不能拆开包装 So some people there's a rule you need to have the receipt, or you need to make sure you don't open up anything, or it needs to be within 2 weeks. So those are just different. Every store has its own policy. But let's hear. There's 3 different conversations, and then I'll explain what this means down here, and then we will move on. Here we go. Okay, hold on. Give me 1 second. All right, sorry. It just closed, so we had to start again. Let me check out the CD 出问题. All right, here we go. Let's listen.
Unit 10, Recording 1. Conversation 1.
Hey, Jane. Going to your cooking class?
Yeah, tonight's the 4th one. I can't wait.
You don't sound too happy about it.
I'm actually thinking about dropping the class.
No way. Why?
Well, for the first 3 sessions, all we did was tour the kitchen and talk about food. I thought we were going to start cooking right away.
I know other people who've taken the same course, and they loved it. If I were you, I'd see how it goes tonight.
Yeah, I
这样
know.
给我看一下会
But
怎么
if
样？
things don't change, I'm going to quit and take the painting course.
放弃
I
quit。
think there's still room in that one. It starts next week.
Conversation
When she said, I think there's still room. Room could be like 空间 or 房间 right? But here room just means 还有没有名额 right? 它就是还有缺人 right? 可以选项 yeah. Alright, so the woman she regrets enrolling in 就是后悔注册这个料理的课 It's a cooking class. She was really looking forward to it. 原来很期待 looking forward. Wants to take 想修 it's not that, right? And has dropped. Drop is like 退选, right? So if you drop a class, it means you don't take it, right? 原来选了，后来就退选了, yeah. And then the man has heard good things about the class. 所以就是男生听过很多人说这个料理的课很棒, right? So he said, hey, I've heard good things. I heard that was really, really nice. Really enjoyed taking 很享受很喜欢就是之前上过那个课 taking that class. I don't think he's done it. And he is familiar. 他其实蛮熟悉 because he's heard other people talk about it. Let's keep on going.
2.
Thank you for calling N-Star Wireless. This is Carmen. How can I help you?
Yes, hi. About a month ago, I purchased a cell phone from one of your stores, and I'd like to know what the return policy is.
Is there something wrong with the phone, sir?
No, I've just changed my mind and would like to return it.
I see. Now, you say you bought the phone a month ago. Our policy states that you can return the phone within 2 weeks of purchase. If you return the phone later than that, you'll be charged a $25 fee.
Now,
Charged
I
a
don't
fee
have
is
my
要
receipt.
罚款
Well,
手续
if
费
you had the receipt, we could refund your money, minus the fee in the store. Without it, it'll take 4 weeks to process your request.
Oh,
Process
that's
处理
great.
I'm sorry, sir, but that's our policy.
Yeah, okay.
在美国，我们就是遇到一个奥客，你常常会说sorry, that's our policy，就是抱歉的规定就是这样了 right? 我不能帮你 So Americans, we often say, oh, that's our policy, and then that's all we can do. So it deals with tough customers. All right, why does the man want to return the cell phone? 为什么他想退还手机 He said that I've changed my mind, 改变我的想法 Basically, he's decided he doesn't want it. 他决定他不要的，原来他要，后来都是不要的 right? He just doesn't want it. There's no special reason. There's something wrong with it. 有一个问题吗？那个东西，那个手机有一个问题吗？ Nope, not that. He's found a cheaper one somewhere else. 他找到了一个更便宜的手机 Nope. She asks him what's their problem. He just said, I don't want it. Yeah. Okay. To get a full refund immediately, 就是如果你要就是所有的钱全额嘛，全额的就是退还所有的钱 right? If you want all the money back, you pay 2,000, you get 2,000 back. 所以就是你付2000块，就是把2000块可以拿回来。You must return the phone within, we said 2 weeks, 所以要2个礼拜以内。So within 2 weeks with a receipt. Receipt means 发票. There's a packaging is like the 包装. So the original is like 原来的包装 right? So original packaging, you know, if there's plastic on it or something, you know, there's a box, 有一个盒子 right? Inside, that's the packaging. So it's a receipt, 发票. All right, and then will the man be able to get a full refund in the store? So 如果那个男生去那个商店，他可以就是所有的钱都拿回来吗？No. There's actually a charge. The charge is like 他们要扣一些钱 There's like a 手续费 It's called a processing fee. It's not clear from the conversation 听他们的聊天就是不清楚吗 No, it's very clear. 2 weeks, a receipt. But it's been already 4 weeks, so there's going to be a charge. And then he doesn't have the receipt either. 连发票都没有的 So he has to wait for 4 weeks. So 有手续费，然后就是公司需要一个月才能处理这个问题 right? So it's going to be very, very difficult to deal with. All right, and then let's listen to the last one.
Conversation 3.
So, do you have another class now?
Yeah, how about you?
I'm heading to the cafeteria for lunch.
So I guess I'll see you later so that we can go through our chemistry notes together?
Our notes?
Yeah, for the test tomorrow. Remember, we planned to study together this afternoon.
Oh, yeah. What time were you thinking?
Well, I've got class until 4, so how about 4:30 in the library?
Yeah. Maybe.
But I thought we were going to study together today.
Well, it's just, my friend Sam texted me earlier. I, said I'd meet him for coffee after my last class.
Oh, well, have fun.
Sorry for the last minute change, but he's only in town for the day.
Okay, well, if you want to join me, I'll be in the library until 6:30.
Yeah, okay. I'll text you, alright?
Okay, and that is good for there. The man and woman, right? There's a 男生也有女生 may or may not meet later today. 就是不知道今天就是晚一点会不会见个面。They originally planned 原来的计划 like they were supposed to meet, but then the man, his friend, 那个男生有一个朋友就是他来这边就是来找他玩 or something. You know, the man has a friend gonna go have fun. I don't know if it's like the 女生喜欢那个男生，但是那个男生有一个女生他喜欢。I don't know if it's complicated like the woman likes the man likes another woman. Can't figure out when to meet 就是无法解决什么时候要见个面。They actually originally, no, it's not that. 他们原来有一个计划，但是后来因为男生就是忘记了 right? So it's the man's problem, he forgot. And then the 6:30, I think the 女生她要上课到10点，然后就是6点半才会离开图书馆 right? The woman is, I think, she's going to have class until 4, and then she's going to leave the library at 6:30. So we'll see. I think they were going to meet after 4 or something, but when the woman suggests meeting at 4:30, yeah, 4:30, 她提到的是4点半. The man hesitates 迟疑 because he's made other plans. 因为他有其他的计划. He's got other things he wants to do. 他没有课 right? It is not about class. It's about his friend. 那个男生要找他的朋友 right? Or 那个朋友那个男生有一个朋友要找他. So I think that the man has a friend and they're gonna go hang out. He wants to invite someone else. 他要邀请另外的人去那个图书馆吗? No, it's not about going to the library. You know, with a third person. And by the way, in the United States, we go to the library to study. In Taiwan, people go to the library to sleep. 好像台湾图书馆就是睡觉的地方，在美国就是一个念书的地方。Very different. Okay, let's keep on going. Here we go. The woman says, I can't wait because she isn't looking forward to her class. So, looking forward means 期待. So, 因为她不期待她的课. Right? I can't wait. She's not happy. The man says, oh, that's great at the end because he's pleased. Remember in the 手机, the cell phone one. He's annoyed, right? 他觉得很烦. So, oh, great. 不是超棒的是很烦, right? So, we in English 我们常常会用故意都是刚好相反的 right? So we would say, oh, that's great. Does that mean, oh, 好棒 so it's like in Chinese, I don't think you can say, oh, 棒 right? It's just 糟糕. But in English, a lot of times we mean 刚好相反. So it's bad and 糟糕. I can't wait just means 不想去 right? It's not about 好期待. So it means the opposite. Next one, yeah, maybe. He means what? 不确定 right? So maybe 常常是应该不行的意思 right? Maybe does not mean 可能 it's probably 可能maybe 常常的意思就是应该没办法 right? 有点客气 So I think a lot of times it's maybe is you're trying to be polite and you probably can't do it. I've heard like in Japan 好像在日本 in Japan they will not say no 像日本人就不会直接说 no 他们就是会一直有不同的借口 right? I've heard like Japanese people they lose face so they'll never say no. They're like, well, maybe I have to go here or go there, yeah? That's a little bit similar. And the woman says, oh, well, have fun because she's unhappy. 她很不爽因为原来他们要一起念书那个男生忘记了 So she's mad because they had a plan and the man forgot. So she's unhappy with the man's choice. 她对那个男生的选择是不满意 All right, and then one more thing. And the person said maybe. maybe it's kind of like 台湾的改天吃饭. It just means 我们一辈子不会一起吃饭. Maybe a lot of times means in Taiwan they say, oh, let's have a meal and sometime later. A lot of times you'll never get together with that person. So that's what maybe means to me. All right, that's about good for there. Let's move on. Sorry. Connections has one word or one phrase that is interesting. Hold on. Oh no. Might have an issue. Y'all. Wait. And we're back. Okay. So, hang out with the wrong crowd to spend time with bad people. So spend time like 花时间 with bad people. It's like, so again, 不好的人相处. Yeah. It's like, maybe 有一些混蛋啊，黑道啊，还是不认真的学生，就是会让你没办法发展的比较好, right? So there are people that maybe gangs or people who aren't very serious, people who skip class, people that make you a worse person is hanging out with the wrong crowd. Hang out means just let's go have fun. 去玩, right? Hang out, we can go talk, we can get some food, we can go to the sea, whatever. We like to say hang out in English all the time. So, hey, let's hang out tomorrow. And we don't really know what we're gonna do. Everything from KTV just to having a meal. This is kind of fun, but whatever. I don't think that they're twins. I think they're just the same person with different clothes. But he says, if you stop hanging out with those people, maybe you do better in school. So 如果你不要一直跟找这些人玩，就是你的成绩学校成绩会比较好. Yeah, but also never have any fun. I'm tired of studying all the time, right? 但是如果也不跟他们玩的话，就是也不会享受我的生活, right? 因为我对一直学习很腻了, right? So this person's tired of studying all the time. Kind of like Taiwanese people, 有点像台湾人在准备那个学测期考. It's like when you're trying to get ready for the test for university, right? No fun. Okay, let's look at reading real quick. This is pretty cool, very interesting, but hey, not enough time. If something or someone is maturing, so 一个东西是越成熟. Sometimes they also say like 启示就是要让它熟, right? Cheese is maturing, but usually they're talking about 一个人类, right? 人是成熟的, right? If someone is maturing, it means like 正在成长, 还在成熟, right? So if someone is maturing, it means they are 发展, developing. Reducing is 减少, so it's becoming less. Developing means becoming more. So, at my age, I'm about good to go. A lot of times it's like 25岁前还在 maturing, right? So maturing just means becoming like an adult. Yeah? And by the way, this part right here, this is like 情感管理的东西. This is dealing with like emotions and planning for the future. This is like 25岁才发展好. So this area it's not really fully like grown until you're about 25. So you're young right now, which is very, very important time. But once you're 25, you're a little bit more calm. 比较稳定. You're more calm, you don't have as many issues. You make better decisions. So, yeah, get ready to get old. If you're eager, which means 期待, to do something, you really want to do it. 很想做, yeah, you want to do something. Yeah. So remember this 25. Yeah. And by the way, irrational. Rational means 合理. So irrational, IR means not. So 不合理. It kind of means like, or rational can be 理性. So irrational is 不理性. Okay? So irrational and emotional, it's like the same thing. Your peer is 同才, is someone who is your own age. Okay? 就是同样的年纪. We are not peers. I'm 33, most of you are like 20, 21, something like that. So a peer is 跟你年纪差不多. So someone who's about the same age as you, maybe 2-3 years, yeah, but when you're getting to like 10, it's probably not a peer anymore. And if you impress someone, 让一个人觉得你很了不起. So impress is you make someone think, wow, you're very good. You cause the person to admire you, 欣赏你, right? So someone goes, wow, you're amazing. They admire you. Okay, cause and effect is 因果关系, but that doesn't matter that much. That's about good there. And then speaking, there's only one thing that I really care about in speaking. It's peer pressure, which means 同侪压力, yeah. And basically with peer pressure, what it's like is sometimes when kids are young, they watch their friends smoke and they want to smoke. So 有可能你的朋友他在抽烟，所以你会跟着他一样也想抽烟，因为你要得到他的肯定，因为就是有同侪压力。如果你你同侪不喜欢你，你的朋友不喜欢你，就是会被排挤的感觉, right? You have that fear of getting excluded, getting kicked out of the group, things like that. So that's why people smoke, or maybe like 你原来不喜欢BTS, 但是因为你朋友们都喜欢 BTS, 所以你也开始听，虽然你不一定没那么喜欢. So maybe it could even be something like everyone likes BTS, that Korean group, and so you start liking them too, even though you don't actually like them. Something like that. That's all that matters. I don't care too much about that. If you're curious, this writing section, 一些写作的部分. This is, I teach this later on in one of my writings, okay? But yeah. So we will look at this later. And then expanding your fluency. Okay, that's right here, sorry. This is like, 如果可以回到过去，我会这么改我的生活. Something like that. And here's the video. Okay, appropriate, the correct thing to do. So 对的，你做对的东西. Appropriate just means 恰当, right? So if you go to class and you're not wearing a shirt, 你去学校然后你没有穿上衣, that's not appropriate, 不恰当. Yeah. Cognition is like 认知, a mental process used to think about things. So 是一个心理的过程，就是你在思考东西. I don't really see foreigners use this, like native speakers don't really use this word. 好像英文母语就不会用 cognition, right? It's very, very special word. You don't need it. Inclination is more 倾向, a feeling that makes you want to act in a certain way. 就是一种感受，就是你要做某一种的行为, right? So maybe you could say, 我比较倾向喜欢恐怖片, right? It's like I have an inclination to watch horror movies. You could say something like that. Intuition is like 凭感觉, right? 直觉. A feeling that something is true even when you have no proof of it. So 一种感觉就是感觉东西是真的，虽然你没有证据, you don't have any proof of it, yeah? I'm an intuitive person. This is a 形容词. I'm an intuitive person. So like 凭感觉就是可以做，就是处理一些问题, right? I just feel it. I'm intuitive and I can solve the problem. Plea is like kind of like 求你, right? An emotional request, 就是一种情感，就是比较感性的一种要求. So you're like, please help me, right? I'll be your best friend ever, right? Pleading, right? Don't fail me, 不要当我什么. That's a plea. And then rudimentary just means very 基本, simple, 简单, basically 基本. So this is not a rudimentary English class. You're learning lots of words. We're going to watch this video, and then that will be it. So 看完这部电影就差不多.
Neuroscience is the study of the brain, and in particular, how the brain gives rise to the mind. That is, how is it that the physical mechanisms of the brain lead us to do the sorts of things that we think of the mind as doing?
Can we see these physical mechanisms at work? In the fMRI scanner at Princeton, research subject Tyler faces a rudimentary dilemma designed to show increased activity in parts of the brain associated with emotion.
You're walking along a country road when you hear a plea for help coming from some roadside bushes. You encounter a woman who is covered with blood. The woman explains that she was attacked while hiking and ask you to take her to a nearby hospital. Her initial inclination is to help this woman, who will probably die if she does not get to the hospital soon. However, if you help this woman, her blood will ruin your designer suit. Is it appropriate for you to leave this woman by the side of the road?
No, it's not appropriate. Tyler's answer comes quickly and is consistent with the majority of Green and Cohen's data.
Most people say no, that's not okay. Well, my theory, developed with John Cohen and other people, is that on the one hand we have an intuitive emotional response that makes us say no, terrible, don't do that. And if you look at the brain data, that is lots of people answering lots of questions like this and averaging it all together, what you see increased activity in parts of the brain that are associated with emotion and what we call social cognition.
Green and Cohen's findings suggest that if the woman were a faceless person on the other side of the world, dying in the Congo, for example, Tyler might have felt okay leaving her by the side of the road. But because she's right there in front of him, he has an intuitive emotional response that tells him to help her and stops him from committing what many would call evil.
Okay, this is 这个跟脑袋有关. This is all about the brain. So the majority is 多数的人 of the people who participate in this study 就是participate in this study 就是参与这项研究. So it's a research study. So the majority 多数的人 the majority of the people who participated in the study would. So 有一个女生好像她在爬山 ，OK， 然后就是一个人打她什么的 ，right， 然后就是一个男生，就是他要决定要不要帮助那个女生 ，right？It's so basically there's a man, you know, it's basically you're like 那个参与那个研究的人都是一个男生 ，right？So there's a man participating in the study, and 他们在分析他的脑袋 ，they're analyzing his brain, and so they say, hey， 你在森林里，假设你在森林里 ，like imagine you're in the forest and you come across a woman, and you know she's bleeding, 然后就是流水什么的 ，right? Would you help her or not? Yes. So it's 不是一个真正的情况 It's not a real situation. It's just seeing how your brain reacts. And when we're faced with a dilemma, a dilemma is 有两个不同的选择，就是很难选哦。So dilemma is, do I help the woman or do I protect my suit? So 这边的情况就是你要，因为你西装很帅，如果你绑住那个女生，就是会染到血，就会有可能之后不能再穿 ，right？还是你要绑住那个女生，有可能可以救她的性命 ，right？ So the dilemma is, you know, do I help the woman and ruin my suit, or do I protect my suit and not help this woman? There's increased activity 就是什么比较多的活动嘛，就是开始处理比较多的讯息什么的。It's like 开始有在动脑的部分。In which parts of the brain? And mark your answers on the image. They say it's like here, yeah. This section. They were showing here too, but it was like here. Emotion, 情感, personality, 个性, right? It's at the front. Yep. This part goes bum 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 bum. Like I should help. And the findings is like the 研究结果. The findings from this study 研究, right? The findings from this study suggest that we're more likely to help. So 比较几率帮助的人就是几率比较高的 right? Are probably what? Someone nearby than someone far away. So 如果一个人在我们的面前求助了 right? 我们比较愿意帮忙 right? So we're more likely to help someone who's near us. 如果他们是在不同的国家很远的地方，就是比较不愿意帮忙. So we're less likely to help someone if they're really, really far away. You know, if they give us a call and say, hey, help me, I'm bleeding or something, you know. It's not about 情感还是不情感. That didn't matter. 就是受到危险的女生比一个受到危险的男生. It's like, sorry, 比较愿意帮助女生嘛. It's probably not that, yeah. It's just about if someone's closer now. All right, that's all I have for that. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.